All right, everybody, it's time for another episode of Survival of the Fittest is the soup du jour. Today, I'm with Chef Alex Diaz at his signature restaurant. This is his namesake restaurant. I always love when a chef calls a restaurant by his name because it says a lot about what they're doing in the kitchen, says a lot about what they're going to offer their guest. And so I'm at Alex's Fresh Kitchen, just making sure I got that totally right. It's here in Casselberry, and I know the chef because I watch his videos. I follow him on Instagram. I know he's in the kitchen, and he's working it and doing new things. And say hello.
What's up, everybody? Chef Alex Diaz here from Alex's Fresh Kitchen in Casselberry. It's a pleasure to be here with Chef Roberto Treviño. As he watches me, I watches him as well on Iron Chef and a couple other videos I've seen. And it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, right on, man. Well, I tell you, for me, it's a pleasure because as soon as I walked in, it says a lot about a restaurant when it's in good, clean, and organized, and that's just instantly the vibe I got, and that's important these days with the whole COVID and everything going around, and the protocols. And so this restaurant instantly just says, yes, this is where I want to eat. This is a place that, it's cared for. And when you have a restaurant, when you walk right in and the kitchen is like, boom, right in, then I say like, oh, yeah, no, chef owns this. When a chef is willing to like sacrifice dining space so you can have the right space in the kitchen, well, then I'm in. So definitely, Chef, you've got that here, and that's nice. So, I mean, what about your guests? I mean, are they locals? Do they come from all over the place?
I think they come from all over. In the beginning, when we first started, I think a lot of people came from like Casselberry, Altamont, Oviedo area, but now that I think I'm starting to get more of my name out there, with the Mamba Burger and some of my signature dishes. I also got a tattoo on my arm. And
right.
I did show you that, and so I think dominantly it's spread out, and I would say a lot of it's between 35 to 65-year-old. Mostly women, starting to pick up more on the men and the younger side. And I think, again, that's just because now people know that I'm here. They know about the burger. People want to come check out the burger and stuff. So, and that's pretty much what I become now, like burger spot. Not really what I wanted, but I take what I can get because in the end, this is my dream. This is what I always wanted to do was like cook for people and just have my own restaurant and just do what I want, because I've always done what everybody else wants. For like 20-something years of my career, what we just do, never get the recognition. And, now I do what I want. I make all kinds of crazy menu stuff like every week. I change the menu up. I change the dinner menu up every week, too. It's just,
and
I love it.
No, and I think that's what people look for. And certainly, like, when a chef is that dedicated to the craft, that they're willing to just say, you know what, I'm going to cook for people what they want, but I'm still going to get in what I think should be in my restaurant. I should be serving people. This is kind of what I feel like doing today, or this is kind of like, what I want to impress somebody with or even discover a whole new, favorite item on the menu. Like you've discovered your burger being like a driving force, and that's awesome because I love burgers. So I'll have to come on a day you're open. Now, another good thing is you're definitely closed on Mondays, right?
Definitely closed on Monday. But nice. I can still make that burger for you.
Nah, pero man.
Okay. I'm just
you know what I'm saying?
But
there's something about also coming into the restaurant where there's people here and everybody's
it's
cooking.
A different ambience. You get to see everyone's reaction. You see other plates come out. I think that's really important.
See the chef in action?
That too.
Yeah, chef.
Because you don't really get to see open kitchens like this besides like Carrabba's and stuff like that. But to me, those are still like corporate chains. They're not really. There's passionate people cooking, but passionate people creating a dish.
Well, it's definitely got a very cozy family style to the restaurant.
That was what I was shooting for. I didn't want to be recognized as a diner.
Okay.
Because I'm not a diner. A lot of people come in here and they think that I'm like Denny's and I got that hash brown and eggs and stuff. And like, no, I don't have it. I can make something similar like that for you. And I guarantee you it'll be 10 times better than the crap that you're eating down the street.
Right.
$5.99. You're going to pay a little bit more, but you're paying for quality. I get most of my stuff from farmers. And a lot of those farmers are just people I've worked with and I connected with over the years of places that I've worked. And I build relationships with them. And now that I got my own place, it's just like everything just kind of like he said earlier, like connecting the dots, and just everything just works out.
And that's key. And you got a great word of mouth going too. I mean, people really, people know the place. I know we have mutual friends as well who constantly are pushing. You got to go see it. You got to go over there. You got to, and that's nice. Now you're originally from Orlando.
No, I'm from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. My family's from Puerto Rico, from
Puerto Rico
Castillo and Hatilla.
Yeah. Okay.
So
la base de la cocina, pero no criollo.
Yes, not yet. I have a lot of recipes that I learned from my grandmother, just growing up and being in the kitchen. My dad's a chef as well for 40 plus years probably by now, and he did mostly Italian cooking, but he still grew up around his mother, which is my grandma, cooking, and she was a cocinera. She didn't no trabaja, no manijada, nothing. She just at home, old school grandma that just did, sometimes I woke up in the morning and I hear like chickens going like weird noises and stuff, right? And I'm gonna go open the door and she has like un palo and she like hitting the chicken over the head, and, like taking the head. I was like, that was one of the first times I've ever like tried to understand like how we got our food. Like raising a rabbit, raising chickens, raising pig, roasting a pig in a big fire with a lot of people, a lot of families. So once I got a handle of that, I had an idea what I really wanted to do, and I liked the whole bringing people together. Even if I don't know that person coming in, most of the time people that come in, they're going to be nice, and you get to have a conversation with them. And there's a lot of local people that come here that I consider they're like family, they're friends. They've been coming here. I've been here for a year and a half, and they come every day.
So definitely have that Puerto Riqueño hospitality about it.
Yes,
I mean, and nothing says Puerto Rico hospitality than the kitchen. I mean, I don't have to say it's kind of like almost cheating because there's such a when you come from Puerto Rico, you come from a Latin American background. There's so much food and cooking going on in your house,
Oh, my God.
You go to chef school or you jump into the marketplace, you start to get a job, and you're just kind of a natural about it because of your upbringing amongst a very cooking culture, and that's the coolest. I think for a lot of people who don't have that, I think they miss out on just those memories, that smell in your grandma's kitchen that I'm sure that you can smell. And
for me, I think for people like that, it becomes more a competition. They come out and they think, oh, I went to this school and I'm like top notch and I want to make this much. For me, it's not like that. For me, I'm more self-taught. I went to school, but to me, school didn't do anything for me. It didn't do shit. When I went to school, I knew more already than it was like, what was my point of being there and giving you my money or even trying to graduate from there? So I just basically dropped out. And I went to work with my dad full time from 1997 till 2004. And then it was like Italian authentic kitchen. And I'm talking about making mozzarella in the sink.
Nice.
Yeah. After you just did 15 loads of greasy dishes and you sanitize all you make. All right, let's make cheese now. I'm like, what? Yeah, it was crazy. And then like the first time I got to peel shrimp in a 50-pound bag came in fresh from off a truck. God knows where it came from. I was 14, 15 years old, and it gets popped on the table. My dad, and they're alive. They're moving around in there, and I'm like, my dad's like, take it like this, rips off the head, takes a knife, pulls it off, rips off the tail. He's like, I need it all done by 12 o'clock. I'm like, what? And oh, man, that the first time doing that. And then working with a cylinder washer machine, one of those cylinder ones.
Right.
Circle and maybe fit like 4 or 5 heavy Italian plates that weigh like 6 pounds each. Man, it was insane. And just learning those things, busboy, bar back, busting tables, setting up, all that stuff. I'm glad I learned that.
You're a lifer.
Yeah, because now I know that. I might know old school style, but if I ever got to a point where I was doing White Cloth's table, I know how to set up a table nicely without depending on anybody else because my father taught me.
Yeah, certainly, and the chef journey, to begin with. I mean, to have been, making, mozzarella in the kitchen sink with your pops, and up north, and then finding yourself in your own kitchen, your namesake restaurant, where you're doing what you want to do for your guests, and your guests are responding. I think that's huge. That's the journey, and who knows what the future holds. Certainly the chef world, and it's changed so much since all the big the events of the last year, with the COVID and just everything, and we're very fortunate to be in Florida. I'm going to say it straight up. It's open, and it's restaurants are actually doing well.
We're thriving. I mean, I can honestly say it hurt us. It honestly did, but it made me push more because this is all I have, one shot. We own everything here. My mothers have invested into my dream. They put all their hard-earned money into this.
Nice.
So for me, that tells me so much more what they see in me. So I have to dig down deep and try to make it work in any way that I can. So when this happened, we were only open for to-go orders. And it was killing us because we were known for sit-in. We're not known for takeout. So I had to think around the box. And I was like, we're going to start doing dinners. And then that's how the dinners started. And to me, it was just like God's path, like a sign. Like, this is what you need to do to get where you need to go. So instead of taking away, I went with it and just started being open Friday and Saturday. So now every Friday and Saturday, people look forward to it. And the days that I decide not to, maybe not make a dinner special, they will, people are calling. What are you making for a dinner special? I'm like,
no, that's a sweet place to be when your guests help you be an excellent chef.
Yes.
Ultimately, that's what I believe drives a chef is his guest, and the demand that the restaurant, that the plates, they demand it from every chef individually, and I think that's awesome, man. That's a cool story, It's cool to hear something positive like this in a time where so many chefs are don't have it so easy, but we're definitely, moving forward, and I also feel like, you're also killing it, so that's nice.
It's good to hear that from someone like you, man.
Well, you know what?
Sometimes I feel like I'm not, but
no, you know what? I'm a realist. When in my older chef age, and I don't mind it. Sometimes I say to myself, "Damn," because when I was young, I was that firecracker in the kitchen, just fire. And now it's not the same.
Yeah.
But now I think there's a certain insight that I have when I look at a restaurant or I see somebody's career and. It's a great place to be in my career. So, I mean, just to see what you're doing is, awesome. Really, really fucking cool. I dig that. So, I mean, so tell me about it. You serve alcohol, your beer? Or?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We've definitely been trying to do that, and I think that's definitely going to come sometime this year soon. I think it's when we find out whether we're going to stay here or we're moving to Orlando, Oviedo, I don't know, whatever. I say is whatever God puts me in that place, He's going to give me what I deserve or give me what I need, whatever that might be.
Cheers. I like that.
I think because I feel like the more you look for something, it's not there. I feel like it comes to you when you need it the most. And we're almost there. And He knows that. And I have faith.
Family man?
Yeah. I'm married.
Nice.
I'm married. Definitely family oriented. That's what my grandfather taught us.
Hard worker, family man, coño man. That's the best.
Yeah.
That's the best. And you have just this privileged location, where you feel the vibe, And you always want to move. You always want to move on. You always want more. That's just kind of part of being a chef, and that's cool. It's got its risks involved, but at the same time, shit, dude, if it didn't have its risk, it wouldn't be worth doing. So
no, it wouldn't. It's almost like a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, and I can see, you're going full swing, man. That's awesome.
I'm trying. I'm really trying to get out there. Like I said, try to get out there with the whole Bobby Flay thing. I feel like I told you before, they didn't say I had enough accolades or something like that, but now I have them. So,
and more will come.
I just think I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just like, I'm over the whole Food Network crap. If they reach out to me, they reach out to me. If they don't, I feel like they're losing out because I feel like I can do something.
Well, and you are doing something. I mean, and ultimately, I think sometimes, the Food Network thing was phenomenal. it just was another time, you know. I think I'm going to say it straight up. I think it's the best thing that could happen for the actual food world, that we're forced to be culinarians again. We're not forced to be, you know, compelling on TV or something, you know. You got to be the real deal in the kitchen, you know. And I think that's probably the best thing that's come out of this new time we're living in, you know. Will I see, you know, because of my age, will I see it go forward? Will I see big changes? Who knows, you know, ultimately. But I think it's a positive place to be, you know. And you know, you're in the heat of it because you're an operator. Not only are you a chef, you know, which is enough work already, but you're an operator and you got an entire vision and vibe behind your concept and a future, you know. Yes. So, I mean, coño. That's awesome. Puerto Riqueño doing well. Eso me gusta, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Eso es así. So Instagram is?
Alex's Fresh Kitchen.
Facebook?
Alex's Fresh Kitchen.
Teléfono?
484-665-2095.
Y ya tú sabes, and it's in Casselberry. Right on Cimarron.
Yeah, right on Cimarron.
Right? And you know, it's near a big Wawa, and there's some really cool shops around here as well. It's really a nice area.
Got the Kava shop. Shout out to them. That's a good spot to go to.
Kava's fun.
Kava, Kratom, and I feel like you want to play some pool and stuff like that. That's over there. And you got your local Wawa, you know, but, you know.
And you're here. Solid.
And I'm here. Solid. Right
Love
now.
to hear that.
Yes.
Bueno, I think, you know, we've touched a lot of killer subjects. I think people got to come out and try your food. They got to come meet you. I think part of being a great chef is having a great story and having the ability to share it with people, and I think you got that. So you're 3 for 3, buddy. Y va a ir para adelante, and God bless. I love to hear it. And remember, everybody, come see Alex at Alex Fresh Kitchen aquí in Casselberry. And also, most important, you know, he may have the soup of the day, which is, of course, survival of the fittest is the soup du jour. We'll see you soon. Gracias, Alex. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
All right, y'all. We'll see you soon. Come eat.